in the area of Ngao-san subway tunnel. A group of soldiers entered this place. They'll usually push their weapons. Use your ability to assess the situation. Then others follow into exploration. They're not afraid of zombies, but I'm worried about who's behind it. Control these zombies. However, now, they first want to confirm the information that the program provides. Is it accurate or not? The group goes deep into the tunnel. Start slowly. Use the power of Wu's strength to investigate the surrounding situation. Then keep moving forward. Zhao Yu, you use your power. A little exploration of the situation in the tunnel. The campaign pointed out the specific location of the zombies that their team needs to detect. And very quickly, they found the place. The power of Wu can cover a 3-kilometer radius. At first, Wu did not observe anything. She said the current boss is safe with no zombies. The military ordered us to come down. Listen to the command. Everybody start going down the tunnel. The enemy complained. Surname Trong, here, I'm sure there are zombies here. The armed forces speak up. It must be. I find this place eerily clean. I was surprised to see there were so many zombies. In the deep part of the subway tunnel, the zombies scattered in the damp mud. Make the expression of strong Wu become very serious. I see that the expression of Wu is not good. The military opened the question. Then dance. Take a deep breath and then tell your friends. There are zombies here. Extremely terrible number. There must be at least 100,000. There are so many zombies. Everyone frowns. Border troops raise the glasses. More than 100,000 have dealt with relatively annoyance. Is still to find the Jiangnam area in Kier for support. Use a missile to attack these coordinates. He gave orders to everyone. He decided to lead his team. Get out of the subway tunnel. Then they'll call for help from Jiangnan. Use missile weapons to strike at this position. Currently, relying only on their forces in the Tianhai city. They can't be eliminated either. That's such a large number of zombies. Everyone nods in unison. But when they're about to leave, suddenly, I heard a roar coming from the side. End of the tunnel. The ground beneath my feet is shaking. The police chief immediately shouted, "Damn! Zombies are coming." The whole group of 7 changed. They were very careful to not approach the location of the zombies. They were eventually discovered by the zombies. Now they have no other way. In addition to quickly retreating. Run to the ground first. The armed forces ordered. People quickly start running forward. They quickly tried to get out of the tunnel. As quickly as possible. Behind them, zombies are like a virtual flood. In their eyes, the bloodthirsty pink light flashed. And in that giant current, there are also huge armor. There are even zombies flying in the air. From the top of the stream, the sudden appearance of zombies. The investigation team had to flee from the ground. Quickly. While running, my fellow soldiers chased me from behind. The enemy uses the right hand. Concentrate the energy to create a missile gun. Aim and shoot at them. A powerful energy ray hit one of thy's fellow African armor. Made a big hole in his chest and dropped it to the ground. Die for Lao Tzu. But that injury wasn't enough to kill him. It's clear that its defense is much stronger compared to the usual armor. It quickly rises from the ground. Let out an angry roar and continue chasing. However, for a moment, he felt he could not sustain it. The enemy is crying out. The actions of these zombies are different from before. The bar field is running and analyzing. If things really turn out as we predicted. Maybe every zombie action before, it's just a play. The champion asked. The play is in front of our eyes. The assistant attorney general nodded. Their goal is to make us think that. The mission is completed and we're leaving Tianhai City. Now think again. It's about defeating the kings. It's really too easy. Especially in that battle. 6 kings appeared in the same area. It's like they were put there. Intentionally let us destroy. On the left for the first time. The confident smile becomes heavy. Now it's our mission. It's not about destroying kings. It's the people behind these zombies. The flapping of wings grew louder and louder. And behind it, the other 10 horses are also chasing. Investigation team. Assistant Attorney General pull out a long lance-knight tree. Black giant, from the back even behind the group. With a length of nearly 3 meters, the horseman in his hand. Spinning like a saw blade. Enraged and gritted his teeth, he shouted. Those bastards, if you are not obedient, get deep in the tunnel. Then let Lao Tzu take you home. I'm an augmented reality artist. The capacity of the bar school mainly enhance physical ability. A giant Fi-Fi armor. He hit me in the back. Just heard a crack in his teeth, his slender waist cracked. Body as big as a garbage bag thrown out. Ha 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 ha, come here you bastards. How do we play a baseball game? Laughing at the school. With a lance in hand. That flew the flying cohorts out. In this moment, and his movements are incredibly fluid. Make black shadows with the letter tree in your hand. It's impossible for these allies to escape. Zombies are attacking. The military and their comrades run towards the GA subway. Not looking back. It's a belief in adult polygamy. He screamed. You protect the captain and take them first. We stay behind. Turn your head and look back, and then in a moment, listen to the words of the school. Handbak lie long stick holding horseman tree. Body covered in zombies red mucus. Mouth screeching zombies. The trash is here. After they ran out of GA. Not long after. Deputy Bar Chief also jumps out from the subway GA. The armed forces shouted. Get in the car. Hurry up, there are a lot of pursuers. They quickly came to the car on the snow. After blowing up a large number of zombies. The Great Wall is holding a horse lance. Body covered in zombies red mucus. Run towards the sleigh. The school quickly opened the door and stepped into the car. Then let's have the dance. Drive at full speed to escape. She told everyone to hold their ground. The sled galloped forward at full speed. Try to stay away from the zombies. The armed forces looked through the rearview mirror and saw a bunch of zombies dangling from the cave. Strongly come out, then head towards the snow field. The scariest, it's the armor and the armor. They're faster than regular zombies. Follow the car. Ear-piercing and terrifying screams. The enemy spoke loudly. Drive fast. However, she replied, I'm not going to be able to do that. The enemy bit his teeth and lowered the car glass. and shoot the eyed in the back. Death to Lao Tzu. The dawn shooter also stood up from the roof window. He raised his black gun and started shooting zombies in the back. But the sight made them horrified. Zombies are like an ocean of rage. It's like they're in a small boat, about to be swallowed by the waves. Now the fight is about speed. When the car is surrounded by zombies, everyone's going to die right here. Even if you're someone with top extraordinary abilities, in the face of a giant zombie army like this, they can't survive either. One armor flying low near the dawn. Everyone in the car screamed carefully. The morning light is sweating, thinking, damn, it's almost too late. The soldiers took off their sunglasses. Activate the kill switch from inside the car to save the light and everyone. The light escaped death. I looked at the military for a breath. You to dazzle LAN shine. Immediately from the eyes of the armed forces. A large part of the zombies are completely wiped out. At least thousands of them were destroyed by this blow. In the snow now, the zombies and their companions are dead. All that's left is a scene of death. The blood was red in a snowy field. The flames have not been extinguished yet, scattered everywhere in the air. Army Hokan fierce. With his current state of health. Each time use, they've all spent a small part of their lives. But in the current situation, they have no choice. In addition to getting out of here quickly. The army of Vu. I had a great time for the car. Make distance from the zombies behind. However, they keep chasing them without slowing down. The soldiers became heavy in their hearts. I saw these horrible zombies. He finally realized that previous tasks are easy to complete. It's probably because that AI deliberately arranged. This made the investigation team aware of the merits. The real fear of zombies. The grown-up is serious. The leader of these things doesn't get tired. Hiding like this is not the way. We need to ask for support. The armed forces tried to stop coughing Khan. Blood came out of the corner of his mouth. He said coldly, "Go to the nearest shelter first. Then notify all forces in Tianhai City. Ask them to send someone to help. It's now asking for support from the region to the south. Didn't make it. We can't let them fire missiles here. To carry out an attack regardless of the target. Right? If so, they will also die. Large shelters. It is without a doubt the best option right now. They were built before, for a state of war. Just hide underground. No matter how many zombies there are. It's hard to get inside in a short time. Vu is looking at the map. The nearest shelter is the Yangtze base. Vu's side makes decisions decisively. Let's go over there. Then let's notify the other houses. Ask them to send someone to help. I just drove towards the base. Yang has just sent news to the big powers. Meanwhile, from behind, hordes of zombies and fellow soldiers, they don't stop chasing the snowmobile of the armed border group. In Duong Thong, I'm still curious about the information that Trong Yi asked me to provide. I don't know what the police are investigating. I don't know what he's for. I want to see dangerous material with Zheng Yat first. Suddenly, there's a call coming from a group of border guards. Zombie raid. We will immediately come to you as refugees. You prepare a little. When you get the news. She immediately jumped up from her chair. She was shocked. Not said the zombie problem was solved SAO. Why did it suddenly appear again? They have to come to our place and hide from SAO. However, Vu strongly said, I can't explain until we come and talk later. She hung up the phone. I can't wait to say this. Your instinct to refuse. But as soon as you think about the investigation team behind you, Area 2 South, you bite your teeth and leave the office. At this time, Yangsheng Base has resumed production. Black smoke from the factory. Oil refinery is rising strongly. Everyone feels that the time of peace has returned. Who would have thought that an accident had just begun? Are you telling yourself what this is about? Zhao Hong trained to call Gia Thandin. He didn't know what to ask you. The old man in front of the base has resumed production. Is there anything next? However, the red pepper shouted, notify everyone immediately. Immediately return to the shelter. A zombie epidemic is about to happen. Tell them to run away quickly. Must be fast, fast, fast. Gia Sandbar's family surprise zombie. Red training is impatient. There's no time to explain. Let's go to work. Before the urgency in the voice of the Cathan family recognizes emergency situation and dare not ask any more. Quickly go speaker. Notify everyone in the refinery. Immediately evacuate to an underground shelter. At the same time, he trained with his bodyguard. Maintain order and prepare for the incoming investigation team. In oil refineries, people are in a hurry to leave everything. Move to an underground shelter. Fortunately, he is very smart. Don't tell people. The return of zombies. This way you avoid panic. What about other forces? They get the news at the same time. At Zhang's hideout. The police also called the police. In the current situation, we need your support. The other squads, they've all agreed to help fight zombies. Everybody's in the sun. Where to avoid accidents? He immediately replied. We'll be right there too. After hanging up the sputum, muttering. They can't be killed by our zombies. We have to take advantage of the capabilities of the military. Together, destroy the void. Know that the armed forces and his group are fleeing to the Yangtze base. The government has a plan in mind. He doesn't want the border guards and his crew dead. They don't want to kill zombies. Because only Zhang Yi knows. All of this. After all, it's the people of the preacher. Secret intrigues. So only the destruction of raw materials does not decrease. Everything can end. And the power of the Wu army is indispensable. Get up from the salon chair. Start changing combat outfits. And then check all the gear on you. Accomplish all of this. He called the censor and some others. Asked them to come with him and help the investigation team. The salary showed determination. We'll go with you. Everyone is psychologically prepared, but no one expected it to grow so fast. I just returned from the snow. Was faced with a new crisis. The cat was also present in the fight. This time, speak with the word, fat and others. Don't worry, everyone stay close to me. If an abnormal situation is detected, we're going to use our 2 space doors to quickly make the space shift. Then we will leave the battlefield. Get back to your hiding place quickly. This is like a heart medication. Help them not to have an emergency. affect the spirit. Everyone's eyes became stable. Following a captain with top-notch protection skills, they feel much more secure. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. The important thing is not to die. So they started wearing gear. All right, everybody, get dressed. Let me talk to you. The child is anxious to go with him. I'm coming with you. He also told Zhu Kai Ni and others, don't be idle at home. Organize your most important things. Pack it up and put it in the living room. If there is any problem with Kier, we'll pick you up first. No need to bring a lot of stuff. Other things we don't lack. One bag is enough for everyone, remember? Chu Kai Ni nodded. After you leave, I'll tell them. The women in the house, a worried look on his face. Zhu Hai America said, so let's quickly tidy up. Yang Han Han appeared calm again. You don't have much to carry. Except for a laptop. She held up a finger to remind Zhang. Don't forget, this is our only chance. Zhang Yi slowly nodded, I understand. Campaign and others, after preparing the exam equipment, gather in the living room. Departure to the base. Yang Thung supports the investigation team. Dildo rubbing her head. People remember, prepare everything and wait for us in the living room. You nod, I know. He stood at the door watching them leave. A feeling of helplessness rises in your heart. So far, except for the campaign and Duong Han Han, no one else knows that this time. How dangerous they face. In the snow. When Zheng first saw the news, his eyebrows clenched tight. He walked through the rubble. Go to the church and find that you're not praying. Something happened. You don't slowly open your eyes. Turned his head to look at Zheng Yat first. Her eyes as clear as cold. Contains a coldness and like humans. The first word is clear. Things in Gosan area. Was discovered by the Jiangnan investigation team. You don't listen to that. The vibration on your face. The 4 words of Jiangnam are threatening to her. At least now, that's not what you want to face. They didn't leave Tianhai City, Sao. At Sao again appeared in Sun Clam. That's why you don't feel surprised. Zheng Jing first shook his head. I don't know either. As usual, although they should focus their investigation on the 5 great powers. And from there, it's expanded around. Though these areas are the most densely populated. So this is not good news. You don't give a shit. I'm not sure if this is random. Or has that AI deliberately set up? Trin Tuyat Tian continued. Nga Sun area is extremely deserted after the end of the world. It quickly became a shadow. It's almost a dead land. When the threat of zombies breaks out, that area there's no strong zombie activity. That's why they just chose the Sun Clam area as a hideout for zombies. Although the investigation team is very careful, they can't inspect the entire city. The vast open sea. Now the zombie group is agitated. Started attacking the investigation team. They've asked us to come to their aid. Has fled to a flourishing shelter. You don't look at him. This is not a trap. Used to draw us in. Then a kill in the trap. Zheng Yat-sen is also not sure. He said, only the blood can contact the zombies. The news we receive. It's a group of zombies that are really messing around. You don't let your head down. Now the forces. Remains in the city of Thien Hai. Not enough to confront me. But I'm afraid. The power of the people in Jiangnan Great Region, especially the power of the military. The kind of power that causes things to lose that resource. Even if it's not fake, it's taboo. But at the same time you want it. Maybe that's why. She gave amber to the border troops. You've absorbed 36 types of abilities. It's like there's no one that can match annihilation. You don't speak softly. If we don't go through, it would probably arouse suspicion from them, wouldn't it? Zheng Zhaoxian thought for a moment and then nodded in agreement. You're right, we should go on a trip. But just walking alone is enough. You stay here. If anything happens, you're not affected the best. He looked at the danger with eyes full of kindness. Can't hide. It's a deep emotion that's hard to express. But it's hidden deep in the heart. You did not refuse the offer of Zheng Yat-sen. Even though I know it could be a trap. But compared to his great aspiration, nothing is impossible to sacrifice. You don't fake it. Gently embraced Zheng Yat first. You are the best for me. A few minutes later, Zheng Yat first left the church. He summoned the rest of the sermon. After a brief explanation of the current situation, he started leading the formation. Welding common corn orgy castrated wheat. Come with me to the camp to support you. Fight with the same meaning. Min Trach Ba. You lead the rest of us to protect. Trin Dat Ti has summoned people. He has the strongest fighting ability. Because right now, Snow White has nothing worth protecting anymore. The people he cared about most didn't need AI protection anymore. Snow White gathers 8 strangers every year. Not lead according to regular soldiers. Onto the off-road snowmobile heading to the base. Inside the sugar rack, the danger of not stopping to pray. It doesn't matter who dies as long as I'm safe. You'll surely understand me, right? At the Yangtze base. Soldiers and their party on the snowflake. Get to this place quickly. Red wine was quickly arranged. People are hiding in shelter. But you've got some soldiers waiting. The investigation team outside, she muttered. Why haven't they come yet? A soldier exclaimed. Here, viewer leader. Is it the border captain and the others? The devil couldn't hide his fear, but shouted. What the hell? From a distance, they saw a violent snowstorm in the field, overflowing from the horizon. They've never seen a situation like this. I've fought zombies before, but I've never seen them so violent. Pink pepper works out in cold sweat. Damn, they incited something like this. On the face of the red pepper is also clearly visible fear, based only on their current remaining forces. You can't deal with zombies. It's so huge. Electric car remote black. To enter the Yangtze base, red pepper immediately led the runner to shout quickly. Over here. The car will immediately follow the direction. Red pepper training instruction. The car just stopped. The door is open. Together with Bak Lai, Long Than, and Confucius, 3 people quickly jumped out of the car. Handheld weapon. The military shouted. Quickly move into the zombie shelter. The back is too crowded. No need for them to explain. She was in training, and her team saw it. Zombies in the back. Crowded and covered the surrounding space. Oil refinery plant. It's like being cut by a knife. Her refinery as it's over. If the battlefield is defined here, the entire refinery would be destroyed. But now's not the time to worry about that. She uses firepower to deal with the approaching zombies. Then quickly towards the door. The voices of the soldiers in a hurry. Hurry up and run now. The Red Cross has no intention of rebelling. With a bunch of zombies like this, confrontation just means suicide. Group of people, they quickly shot dead some zombies in front. Then retreat. At the entrance to the shelter, some soldiers guarding the big door shouted, "Hurry up, get in here." His army and his group. Destroy part zombies, follow them. They quickly jumped into the main door. He ordered the shelter to be closed. The door is made of 7 layers of thick and heavy alloy. Once closed, no matter how big the zombies are, they can't get through. Shortly after the group entered the shelter, this area is completely occupied by zombies. They smell the living and constantly screaming and charging at the door. All of this can be observed through the monitoring system. Inside the shelter, the group breathed a sigh of relief. The military marbles pay attention to the anxious face of the Red Pepper. Though SAO, the oil refinery that you've been building for so long, destroyed in the blink of an eye. I can't be sad. The army told you. I have contacted Zhang Yi, Celestial and False Seas, with the people of the snows. They will be here soon to help. Then we'll coordinate from the outside to deal with these zombies. He turned to the command center. She said, as seen from the scale of the alien zombie hordes, no less than the time we faced them. In the snow. But now, our fighting strength, not half as much as before. How to resist? He stared at the soldiers. Seriously ask. Why not ask for help from Jiangnam? The armed forces responded to the dispatch of men from Jiangnan. The neighborhood is not simple. Most of the investigation teams, everyone has their own mission. In fact, the investigation team of the Vu border is one of the most elite forces of Jiangnan. Grand District. If even they can't solve the problem. Assigning other teams, not sure if it's solved. Unless you're sending a large force here. Kill zombies. But that will need instructions from the highest level of the Jiangnan. And that's very complicated. Close your eyes with courage. The tone was a little unsteady. So what to do now? Just waiting to die. You can't blame the investigation. Zombie risk. It's a problem that the city of Tianhai faces. The investigation team didn't come. This problem must be solved sooner or later. So the fact that they came to help couldn't make you complain. You just feel sad. Vu strongly opened the computer. Through the satellite system, get pictures outside the shelter. This is the external situation. Border troops and Red Pepper training with groups of people. Get closer to the computer. Watch the scene outside. Observe from above. The entire refinery has been infested by zombies. Dense occupation. This scene, it's like locusts covering the field. Who has a fear of crowds? It's enough to see the disease. Xiao Hong practiced hugging hands, sighing helplessly. Okay, now we can't go anywhere. Yangshan Base. It's completely occupied by zombies. They're gathered outside the shelter. Underground of the base. Roar and gather. They use all kinds of methods to attack the shelter door. Fortunately, this base is prepared for war. Even when under ballistic attack, there are also many strikes. With the simple methods of zombie attacks, the base is not seriously threatened. This helps people in shelters a chance to breathe a sigh of relief. However, considering the current situation, it's very difficult to get out of the shelter. Even though every member of the investigation team is a strong soldier, but they can only deal with a few thousand zombies. At the same time, outside the number of zombies up to 100,000. There's even armor and armor. It's capable of flying. When these entities come together, they certainly can't win. The armed forces frowned tightly, and he suddenly coughed violently. He is often pale, and now it looks even paler. The rain even turns blue and purple. The officers were interested in looking at the military. "Captain, are you okay?" The soldiers waved their hands and nothing happened. "Now look, we need outside help." A smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, even though the blood hasn't been wiped clean. Now they're all in the same place. Can require a total aerial support. Red Pepper training to ask. "What you mean is, we can ask for Jiangnan Great Zone. Ballistic launch here, SAO. I thought I was saved this time. There's nothing more effective than using that weapon." Thousands of zombies gathered outside. A ballistic missile that can liquidate a large number of zombies. The armed forces nodded. In this situation, we have only one way to do that. They've been cornered. With such large-scale zombie hordes, they have no way to destroy them all.